Okay, so you said you disagree with this because Charlotte has appeared on this, correct?
Yeah, 9,000 times.
I am booking my thumbnails like Vince McMahon books Raw. Rematch after rematch after rematch. and why? Because results just prove it. The Queen has got over 100 views on every Monday show for the last time she's been on it. You know how difficult that is? Do you know how bad this Tuesday show is? Me and you are both dead when we do this show.
Yeah, but reviews don't mean revenue. She's not bringing in any money. Where's,
I mean, we're not making any money yet.
Yeah, I'm thinking we can go a different route and not go Charlotte and Alexa, and we could have went clip from All Out. It could have been the Lucha Bros bleeding to death. No, we didn't have to go this route either. Why? Why?
Because I believed we're having a lesbian story angle happening.
It does look like that with that image. That's the first thing that pops in my eye. This is a lesbian love story here.
I mean, this is what Vince has always wanted. This is the angle he's wanted to tell for a very long time.
No, not only that, he's telling it with 3 different wrestlers right now. This story is nothing but RK Bro, which is nothing but Mustafa Ali and Mansoor. They're all 3 doing the same storyline. Somebody tell Vince this. Please. Please.
Okay.
And even with Natalya and, not Natalya, Nia Jax and Shayna, all doing the same storyline. They're just at the end of it.
Did you want this as a thumbnail?
I would have been okay with this. I would have been, you got the best wrestler ever, Bryan Danielson, Suzuki, the craziest son of a bitch, the next victim on Jon Moxley's list, and you got someone that I think is very small, that's smaller than Ruby Soho, Adam Cole, coming to the stage. I mean, in fact, she might be the tallest person other than what you call him.
I mean, I thought about doing it.
I'm too tired.
I thought about doing it, but I feel like we're a little bit too late now because we're doing the show on Tuesday. We should have done the review yesterday.
No, that wave of energy from All Out is still going. It's still going. How do you not have Bryan Danielson? How do you not have Bryan Danielson and Adam Cole, baby?
Because Bryan Danielson walked out on WWE. He walked out on Connor's Cure.
He walked out his wife Brie Bella and Total Bellas and Total Divas.
Yeah, just because what? He accomplished everything in WWE. Selfish.
Because he's happy. He wants to try to do more. He's happy.
Selfish.
You know what I hate about Bryan Danielson's leaving? And you see how comfortable I slipped back into the Bryan Danielson more than probably any other name because I'm more used to saying that. I'm just saying, fuck, what was I even going to say?
That he's your favorite wrestler and you still swing off his dick.
I do. It's like, do you remember Donkey Kong Jr. when you jump off the bananas and swing it onto the thing? And that 350? Yeah. That's me on Bryan Danielson's dick. I can't stop. Like,
by the way, that is a very dated audio version of the Sharpshooters Wrestling Podcast.
So is the name Bryan Danielson.
A very dated reference right there.
Don't care. Donkey Kong Jr. for life. Also taller than Adam Cole.
Facts.
I'm Shotzi Blackheart, the ballsy badass, and you are watching the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. Remember to like the video and subscribe. Ow, ow, ow!
Hey! Oh! Check out the Marcus and Manny show.
I hate you both right now. You guys are ridiculous.
Welcome everyone to the another edition of the Untitled Manny and Marcus show. I'm of course Lord Manny Hayes. I am joined by
Marcus the Grand Finale.
Now this man right to my left, to my right. To my right. looks like he's alive right now, but He has only just perked up during the intro music.
Yeah, right.
He looked like he was dying in the pre-show meeting because he's coming off Labor Day weekend
Yes.
in the casino.
Not only that, Manny, and I know how you want to start the show on this high note of talking about like AEW and your fascination with Monday Night Raw storylines and whatnot. I know you can't wait to jump into that, but I want to take this time, because we didn't do it over the weekend, to have a moment of silence for the man that died at the docks. That's all he gets. That's all he gets. About a couple of seconds.
And for those new to us that don't understand that reference, we ain't gonna explain it to you.
No. It's a Labor Day tradition on this show. That's all I gotta say. And I was actually forgot that I was gonna wear all black and I was gonna come in and moor the guy at the docks. But I feel like there's bigger things going on than me talking about that.
Well,
in this world.
Before we
with
get into
hurricanes and 9/11, you get right around the corner. I'm like, let me chill on talking about the guy that died at the docks. We even lost Michael K. Williams, God rest his soul, Omar Little from The Wire. I have no reason to talk about the man that died at the docks and play with death right now.
Well, I felt like I was stabbed on Sunday morning.
Why is that?
I didn't think we were going to go down this round, but so we'll go down this round now.
Let's talk about being stabbed.
So I was sleeping. It was about 5 a.m, Sunday morning. I'm full asleep.
Mm-hmm.
I get a cramp in my calf.
Ooh, damn. That's the worst.
I wake up. First of all, you're acting like, oh my god, what the fuck is happening to me?
Yes, cramps are the worst, because you immediately go, why, God, why?
No. If you're awake and you get a cramp, your reaction's a little bit more subdued.
No,
because
it
happens.
Mine is crying. It's pure like, no, God, why? And then like double cramps in both. Like you get one in one leg, and then all of a sudden the other one, and you're like, oh, what the hell did I do?
Yeah, so I woke up like that in pain. I'm like, what the fuck's happening to me? I couldn't get out of bed, so to stretch out my leg, I'm dying. I was like, to the point I was like, help! The pathetic yell, help! So pathetic, like, help!
Manny, I'm going to transition this back to wrestling, and you know who was doing that? I want to say at one point, Vince McMahon was doing that as AEW All Out was debuting all his former wrestlers, all his big stars or future stars, as he was looking at Bryan Danielson walking the stage. He was clearly in pain, going, "Help, God, why?"
No. I don't think that was Vince McMahon. I think that was Triple H cowering in the corner in the fetal position. Adam Cole, you were supposed to be the one.
I can see Triple H just watching Adam Cole walk on that stage. Hello, darkness, my old friend.
So let's just get into all that now. Obviously, the big news. Adam Cole has rejoined his friends and joined AEW. He's back from dead. He's joined AEW and he's back with the Elite. We were talking. He looked really small, like smaller than normal, in comparison to like the Young Bucks and Kenny. And I just like, for me, I always felt like the Young Bucks and Kenny were about the same size as Adam Cole.
Yeah, and then not to be a sizist, but he did. And I'm not taking anything away. They got Adam Cole. They got a top-tier free agent. They got a mouthpiece who I would have preferred to stay in another company. Although Eric and I believe other people disagree with me. But I just feel like he just blends in. Now he just blends in. And then when he came out and joined them,
he did feel like another guy.
He just felt like another. He instantly felt like another guy with them. And I was like, he's not going to go after Kenny. He's not going at he's. I don't know where he's going. I don't know what he's going to do.
So
And
you
we
brought this up as well. So you said WWE told Adam Cole that he was going to be brought in as a manager
What
on
the
SmackDown.
fuck?
I mean, that
That
just
is-
sounds ridiculous.
Yeah, the whole thing is like, are you trying to run me away? That's like someone trying to get back with their girlfriend and going like, I've changed, baby. I do the dishes about once or twice. All you gotta do is have a sandwich for me after I get home from work. That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh, that didn't seem like that was gonna bring me back.
But his
Like they were
so,
chasing
like-
him away.
and then you've got Bryan Danielson joining.
Yep.
And then he didn't bash WWE. He just basically thanked them for everything that he's accomplished with them. And then, what was it? He's accomplished everything over there. So
Yeah.
for him, it's just a change. So
This might be the first AEW signing that has no bitter ties with WWE.
I don't think Adam Cole's that type of person either. I don't think he's the type of person that wants to keep bridges a lot open. So in case he wants to go back.
Yeah, but, you know, you still have that story. There's only one person that could have leaked that he was going to be a manager story, and that's kind of him. So, he has that, at least, going for him, and that they were never going to use him on the main roster for good. But I feel like Bryan Danielson will be the only guy like, this guy really left. He left on good terms. There's no respect. He left for his own professional glory to test himself. The main thing I took away from the reason he left is like, you know how he's like Vince is so overprotective of him. I just hope he doesn't go insane and causes himself to have any injury. Like,
I mean,
he's just
the
like,
only
I have
thing-
free will to do what I want, and then he's like falling on his head all the time. And I'm like, come on, man, don't do that. And you get worried. I don't want anything bad to happen to him. Again, he's one of my, if not my favorite wrestler.
The only
I don't
thing
want
I
anything
kind
bad
of
to happen
missed
to him.
that I'm not going to get to see maybe for a while, I would have loved to see him go against Walter.
Yeah.
The creativity of Bryan is incredible to where it would have been big man, little man, which we've seen with Dragunov anyway with Walter and anyone Walter comes up against. But
Yeah.
like the creativity from that man would have been insane. But
It would have been- the ring psychology would have been off the charts. It would have been, you know, like that gif when they're like, when the brain's like exploding in the cosmos. That's kind of what would have happened, I feel like, if Walter and Danielson would have hooked up in the ring. But, you know, you can always get that. Who knows? Walter may join AEW, or, you know, at some point, Bryan Danielson may jump back.
Eric says diving headbutts in his dreams. So let's
I'm
get
going Hurricane Rollins off the top rope.
Let's get into some of the matches. So the match of the night would have been the tag match between the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. Incredible match, but bit like if you were to break it down, very spotty. Would you say?
Very spotty. Still a fun match. There's parts of it when I just go like, I didn't like the cage. I don't like how flimsy their cage is. I like a nice stiff cage. Like when you could slide in between it, like Penta was in, like similar to the way it was in in the War Games match.
Yeah.
They had blood and guts. I don't really like that. I didn't like how flimsy the cage was. There was times where I was like, they were crashing and running over. I felt like it was gonna just break off. But other than that, it was a fantastic match. I thought the shoe spot with the tacks on there took too long for him to set up.
I think there was a lot of instances where some spots did take a lot of time to set up, and I didn't like that it was really obvious that something was going to happen when one of them was going to dive off that cage.
Yeah.
Because there was a point where they panned out, and then you could see that there was a platform for them to stand, which stood out in comparison to the rest of the thing. I hate when I see things like that.
Yeah, it's all about camera angles. It's kind of like when WWE was showing Pat McAfee in the top of the cage, and they had the platform up there so he could stand on as well on his cage. And
Yeah.
I hate when I'm seeing, or when EO was doing it. I hate when I see stuff like that. Just try to shoot it the right angle, and it'd be better. And you know, as people say, they are a younger company production-wise. Maybe they'll learn from their mistakes and some of that. But overall, fantastic match. It was the match of the night. Although I will argue, I think I might have even enjoyed Punk and Darby Allin more.
So there was a bit in this match anyway that I was concerned for Penta. So like at the end of the match, Like he put his hand in between where his eye goes into his mask, and his glove wasn't really covered in blood. He come out and was like, I was like, he has some kind of gusher on his head. I was just like, damn.
But from the jump though, this had real hype entrance with the entrance. They came out there, and I died laughing at the entrance because there were the two guys dancing in the back, and I thought that was Penta. And what you call? And right, and they just back there down. I was like, dang, they got some moves. They can dance. And then they came out later. I was like, that's not them. Okay, but yeah, it was a fantastic match, and yeah, it was. I can't. There's little things you could probably complain about, but other than that, I don't really care to complain.
Okay, then let's get on to it. CM Punk versus Darby Allin. Do you know what? For what it was a good match. Like, CM Punk obviously got ring rust, but you would expect that.
Yeah.
And like, I was like, in my head, I was mentally comparing it to other people that made returns that have long been away for a long while. So like, you had Christian, and then you had Edge. But those two were in Royal Rumbles before when they made their comebacks. It's not really the same.
Yeah.
And then at that point, when they eventually had their singles matches, I think Edge had his later and maybe a month or so later, and then Christian a few months afterwards. They had a bit more time to prepare. So I'm thinking it's a bit harsh on Punk.
Yeah, he seemed to get a little tired in there, but whatever. I thought it was still really good. Good work from both him and Darby Allin. I thought sensibility-wise, I can't really complain. Like, it was all pretty logical, stood together. I like spots when he gave him to go to sleep and Darby rolled the ring. Darby didn't look bad in it. He looked strong. It wasn't like a total burial. It was good. It was good. It wasn't just one of your random guy come in and he's having a good match. I'll say it was on par with some of the Edge matches in his return.
There's one match I do want to talk about. Ooh. And I didn't think I was going to talk about Jericho versus MJF. Now, I'm not stating that this match was good or anything, but so MJF got a pinfall on Jericho, and then another referee came out and was like, reverse the decision.
Yep.
Why is it at this point, and only this point, are they now applying rules? or like, I hate this thing in wrestling. So like, it happens in WWE as well, where just out of the blue for one time that a referee gets a call wrong and then another referee comes out and corrects them. It's the dumbest thing ever. I hate this. I hate this when it happens in WWE, and I hate it even more because it happened in AEW that don't apply rules ever.
I'm not one. I can't remember what match it was. Was it this match in which the referee? They said it was no count out. I forgot what match they said. Oh, it was MJF. It was Jericho and MJF when they were like, early in the match, they were like, oh, it's no count out. There's no count out. Then later, Jericho almost gets counted out. And I'm going like, wait, why? What? Why are we enforcing this one now? And then, I don't have a problem with the reverse decision. I always like it. When they do something. The one thing I hated about this is Excalibur losing professionalism going, this is bullshit. And I feel like he just had to have that moment. I was like, shut up, Excalibur. I hate Excalibur so much. Like, he's the worst part about the show to me. And he's like, this is bullshit. I'm like, really? Like, that's your reaction? But I enjoyed the spot. I just, whatever. I thought Jericho still should have retired.
Yeah, I think he should, but obviously, like, could they easily backtrack on it? Jericho needs a break. Let's talk about the Fozzy guitarist playing him out to the ring, because that was terrible. If that's a representation of what Fozzy is,
come on,
that is awful. I mean, Boogs does a terrible job on guitar doing Nakamura's, which gets covered up a lot of the time. But Jericho's entrance was terrible.
It's pretty terrible, especially after you got Lucha Bros' entrance, and then MJF's entrance was fantastic. Fantastic! He had the countdown and lead to MJF. It was such a heel thing to do. It was so evil, and I loved it. I loved that shit. That was great. And then he came out. But I thought this was the best match they've had since they had matches.
I don't even think it's going to... Do you think this is going to be end?
It has to be. God, let this be the end. Let this be the end. I don't want this to. I want MJF to move to better, bigger, and better things, or just different things. Whether he's feuding with Punk, Danielson, Cole, I don't care. Andrade, Black, I don't care where he goes. Cody, just do something different. Just leave Jericho alone. Leave him in the senior tour. All right.
So and then so let's just go. We'll leave out everything else. If you wanna hear about the other stuff, go look it up on the other channels.
Yeah. I'm not gonna talk about QT Marshall and Big Show. Manny, I did skip it, but I do have a question. Why did the Gun Club turn on Big Show, but have nothing to do with this pay-per-view?
Exactly. Not that I care.
And I didn't watch it. I just read to be like, oh, I wonder was this any good? What did people shit on? It was more like no one cared. And I was like, the Gun Club didn't get involved. Big Show just won, huh? And his outfit looked ridiculous when I saw the images. I was like,
well, the Big Show's outfit.
Yeah.
Well,
It looked like Keith Lee's stowaway outfit. Like Keith Lee said, nah, I don't think I can wear that one. That's too much.
I know. I thought he stole it from MVP. So, the main event, Kenny Omega versus Christian. I thought this was a solid main event. However, for me, I felt like it. Maybe because I was watching it at regular speed, I felt like it ran on for too long.
It was a bit long. It was a bit long, and let's see. And I thought their Rampage match was better, and I never had a belief in my heart, and an inch in my heart that Christian was winning this match.
I thought there would have been more. I thought there would have been major interference to change the outcome of this match.
There was a bunch of shenanigans in this match.
There was shenanigans, but like it kind of didn't alter the finish in a sense. You know, like how they keep going on how Moxley lost this title.
It was stolen from him. You got hit with one microphone, but yet you fought through barbed wire plates and everything else and bombs. You can survive that, but one microphone to the head is Moxley's weakness.
Yeah. So
cost him his title reign.
Yeah, so this was a really good match, but then I asked this question in the mid-card match yesterday, but I can read out some of their responses for you, to allow you some time to think about your answer if you want.
No, I don't like thinking.
So I did ask the question, if you were a day one AEW member of the roster that probably would promise things that you were going to be the guy and stuff like that. I'm talking about like the younger guys like MJF, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy still got a long way to go, but like Jungle Boy, Adam Page, and a few others. Would you be concerned now about your spot with the introduction of Adam Cole, Bryan Danielson? You've potentially got Bray Wyatt coming in. You've got CM Punk there. You've recently just got various other people just join.
Suzuki.
He's not sticking around, but like, would you be concerned of where you stand on the pecking order at this point?
Oh, if I am an AEW wrestler and I'm one of their day ones, I don't know if I care enough. Because it seems like they are buddy. We're all friends here. We're all working together. Maybe it doesn't have to be like that. But then again, your ego will come in and be like, what the fuck? What the fuck? Where am I at? Where am I at? What about me? Where's my piece of the pie? Why am I only getting a little shot? But these people need to understand their place. And to quote a wise man, move, bitch, get out the way. We got real stars. Did you not see the reactions?
Are you calling Ludacris a wise man?
He did go into space and save the world several times, I believe. So yes.
I mean, you were very much against him going into space.
But he did it anyway, man. He did it anyway.
Even Eric. I think Eric's taking the piss, but come on, poor Joey Janela. Oh, fuck, son, kiss!
Hold on. We should play some music for all the wrestlers who are going to get bumped down the card. Listen to wrestler.
Daniel Garcia. Joey Janela.
You right. You got Daniel. I don't have Daniel Garcia getting bumped.
I mean, I only put it. I only said his name because Eric mentioned it in the chat.
Okay, I'm going. Sorry, Pac. Same shit, different company. Back to the bottom you go. You should have made the show. Move.
So Levi thinks Sammy may be the first guy that defects. I don't think he would.
I don't think he would. Was Vince gonna take one look at him and be like?
Vince will take one look at him and like, I just got called Bad Bunny.
Yeah, and he's like, I passed up on Adam Cole, and you think I want you? Like that would be his reaction. That would be his reaction.
Eric said, I wish they signed more women. Levi said, Eric, Charlotte is on the way. It could happen. I mean, it's not out of your. It's not. I wouldn't even say that's unexpected either.
I don't know. I think Vince will be begging Charlotte to stay. Like, if there's ever a person in wrestling where Vince is clinging onto their leg as they're trying to walk up the door, it's like, I'm leaving. And he's like, no, baby, please don't. You're my everything. You're my everything. I give you his schedule. Point to Brock Lesnar.
So I did. So Maurice did say a lot of interesting stuff in regard to that question I asked in the mid-card mess. But another person, I can't remember their name, said something that I hadn't even thought of. It was like AEW spent, and I mean their fan base have probably spent so long thinking about being competition that no one thought about ego and bringing up all these people and what it would do to the people that have been there for the long haul.
Yep, it's chemistry. It's like you have all this. These are my boys. I got my Janellas and my Scorpio Skies and got all my boys here. We're happy. We're all elite. We got all the belts. And then on this side, you have like Bryan Danielson going, no, I'm not doing a job this week to fucking Sting.
To be fair, I believe Daniel Bryan of all people will probably job to someone, but it's more like it's more like stature. Like, I don't think Punk will put someone over nearly like that good. I think you can't put. You have to put Adam Cole strong in that company. You can't have him as a jobber.
Yeah, I can see Andrade getting upset.
I mean,
like,
yeah.
What am I doing? Oh, dang. Like, Andrade literally gonna come in. It's like, what am I doing? Guys, I'm here. You guys seem to be pushing this Malachi Black. All right, what about me? Come on, feed me somebody.
Yeah, I think Malachi Black falls down the card as well.
I think he's okay where he's at. Maybe he'll go after the TNT Championship with Miro. I feel like that'd be a good spot for him.
Yeah, but look now, look at your mid card. How many people could actually go for that TNT title right now?
Yeah,
that mid card is huge and it's stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, Daniel Garcia could be a world heavyweight champion at this point. The way they're booking him.
Yeah, I can imagine him on Dynamite. He's gonna attack Bryan Danielson the first time he gets, because that's what he does. Red Death goes straight after you as soon as you show up. Don't matter. He don't care. He's probably making less than everybody on the show, and he's out there just full of hell, just attacking everybody. But it is an interesting roster they have, and you may argue, and you may say it probably is the best roster of wrestlers, pure wrestlers in the game right now, not superstars. So you don't know.
What about Paige? Paige is going down that thing, but
Ethan Page is gone. Ethan Page is gone.
Oh wait, you're talking about Ethan Page or Adam Page?
Yeah, I know. Or are you talking about Paige? My microphone is like twirling. Are you talking about Paige, who's may come out of retirement and be the next AEW signing?
Yeah, it's very interesting to see what direction they go in and how they cater to ego. I mean, Tony Khan's got the interesting background of being part of the Jaguars organization, which is very like NFL teams are very cutthroat in terms of roster if you don't need them and stuff like that. Just a goodbye.
Goodbye. We're going to cut half the AEW dugger because the roster is huge too. And I'm just curious how they're going to juggle it. They have new problems. And to me, what their biggest problem might be with all the success and all the momentum and all this good stuff happening, the main problem might be that they peaked too soon with the show. Because they literally went all out. They threw everything in the kitchen sink. You cannot, I don't know how the next pay-per-view could follow this up. Like, you're either, this is going to be this good where you go like, Full Gear, oh, it's a nice pay-per-view, but that all out. And then you go into the next one, which is probably, I think, Double or Nothing. Oh, it's a great pay-per-view, but that all out. Well, sorry, there were no surprises here. There were no surprises in this one because you bought all the surprises already.
Do you feel that you, at this point, you may have to kill yourself to actually like achieve the greatness that they've done with All Out? Like, I wouldn't say it was the best pay-per-view ever, but they did make a huge statement.
Yeah, it was. They had the crowd energy of an ECW One Night Stand. It had the surprises of a Night After Raw. It had it had matches that that will live in time forever. Great cage matches and tag matches. I mean, I feel like there is a peak that you're gonna hit. If there was a spike and like this is it, and then when people tune into Dynamite, are they gonna be a little disappointed when like some of these surprises stop coming? Like, because they have everybody.
Well, I think
Bray Wyatt's coming in next. That's like the last guy, but it's not gonna be the height of a CM Punk, Bryan Danielson, and Adam Cole.
I mean, their fans will make it out to be, but like, you think I didn't really watch WCW back in the day, so like and when people used to jump and stuff like that between going from WWE to WCW to get that huge whoa, I didn't watch it. Yeah. I didn't personally watch WCW, but as nearly as much as like everyone else. But like I noticed it more when people would jump or defect to TNA at the time, and it was like the flash in the pan that would work with Jeff Jarrett for like a month or two till the next one came in, and it was just like it's just what's going to happen. And I feel like they're in a better stage where they can learn from those mistakes. But now they have a good problem with they got so much talent. Now you have to work out what to do with them, and you got to feed all those mouths because there's only 3 hours of TV time. Yeah, how are you going to fit all that in? Because like you can't put CM Punk on Dark. You can't put people like Bryan Danielson on like Dark Elevation. You just can't. They need to be seen on TV.
Jon Moxley just can't continue fighting old Japanese men. Like, eventually him and Cody and all this, and they have to go for the title or something. They have to all do something.
Who's he got next? Once he beats Suzuki, who's he got next?
It has to be Tanahashi or Okada. Otherwise, I don't care.
They're not old Japanese men. I wouldn't consider them old Japanese men.
No, Okada especially not. But I'm just saying, you have to go down that route.
He's going to fight Inoki.
I don't know what's going on. What else? So this is
before we move on,
a good time to be a wrestling fan.
You and your brother are just like in sync. It was a really good, but wrestling fans are fickle, and it takes is one match not to go their way.
That's true too. If Kenny continues to be champion, and they're like, he's just Kenny Omega's Jeff Jarrett, the Young Bucks are Jeff Jarrett, and they keep dominating too much. It's very NWO-esque. And back on this one, CM Punk also comment about him and I guess Daniel Bryan or Adam Cole, whoever, joining AEW is the equivalent of Hulk Hogan, Nash, and Scott Hall. And I don't think it's that big. I don't think he's Hulk Hogan big.
Well, he said it was going to be bigger.
Yeah. I don't have that. I don't have it. It's pretty big, but some of these guys are up there in age, and you don't know the health of Bryan Danielson. And Hogan and them were old too, but I just feel like it could go down that same route of like, all right, you guys got to go. You Jerichos, Punks, all these late 40 guys.
At this point, you would need to think you need to get rid of Jericho. You probably need to move Sting along.
Well, Sting isn't a problem. I feel like Sting's kind of there, and then money is good.
It's not like Sting is cheap.
Yeah, money is going to play. If this doesn't move the needle in their ratings, This is gonna be devastating for their final. Like if they're not getting a 1.5 on Dynamite or competing with Raw with all of this, with your Stings, Danielsons, Punks, Coles, Omegas, Bucks, Moxley, and God knows who, Cody and Brandy. If you're not getting a competing with Raw in the ratings, then all of this is for nothing. It'd be like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I agree.
And it just feel at that point, I would be so deflated if I'm AEW, if my rating isn't like jumping up through the moon this week. If I get that same 1.1 garbage shit again, I would be completely deflated and going like, I can't win. We can't beat Vince. There's something about their brand that will always be on top, and people will not watch us no matter what.
What do you think they're pulling?
Which is bullshit.
From Wednesday. I think they're getting 1.4.
I think they have to get 1.5 at least. I
mean,
it's no way. It's no way.
Intrigue would have you go watch it. I think Intrigue would have you go watch Wednesday.
Yeah.
So like at least 1.4.
This is too much.
So let's
know how much momentum I think they have. I think, and I may be wrong by this. I even think the Raw rating went up probably this week. I don't have any evidence of this. I feel like Raw rating went up because All Out was so good. Because most people tuned into Raw before we transitioned to see what would be WWE's rebuttal to all of this. I think those wrestling fans.
If this was WWE's rebuttal, I would be disgusted.
Yeah. That's what most people thought WWE would do a rebuttal, but WWE says, no, I don't care. Okay? We're doing what we do, and that is our normal basic format show.
So, Maurice sent in another picture. The thing I like about this picture is that Eric's comment also makes me think about, what about Sanjay?
What about Paige? What about the Hangman?
But so remember, be like Maurice. Either send a picture into the midcard mess on the post, or email us at thesharpshooters@gmail.com.
You know, that does bring the question: when do you pay? Because the story is Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega. When do we get that, and how do we get that? Considering their title landscape.
Well, I'm guessing
do they just ignore it. Do you ignore that?
No, I'm guessing his paternity leave is over soon.
But you know. I can see how they did want to debut him and have him lose to Kenny at this pay-per-view and then do all these returns and do this basically the same angle. But, you know, I think this was the pay-per-view to do it.
Yeah.
Nothing against Christian and all.
Maybe it's Full Gear. Maybe Full Gear he takes the title and it's a big deal. Who knows?
Not with this landscape.
Let's get on to Raw.
He better not become champion. You put that title on those WWE guys. I'm sorry. It's going to a WWE guy.
So let's get into gear with Raw. Raw opened up with like it was Saturday night main event where everyone was talking a big game about becoming the #1 contenders.
And in hindsight, we should have started our show like this. On this week, I'm going to tell you why AEW may have peaked too soon. Dun, dun, dun.
I tell you why we couldn't do that. It would take us about 12 takes before we got it right.
And Manny, did you come on after me doing a Viking Raiders impression? The raid is on.
So the RK Bro comes out and hypes up the tag team turmoil match. They're interrupted by Bobby Lashley, and they both Bobby Lashley and MVP. They expressed the displeasure from last week when Randy Orton delivered him an RKO. And Randy Orton says he'll fight Bobby Lashley, but the title needs to be on the line. So out come the New Day. The New Day talk big game. And the New Day...
Kofi back for the dead, though. I don't know how he can talk when he got killed.
The New Day ran the gauntlet.
Yeah. Randy... as we were talking in the pre-show, and Maurice is listening now, he gave this show a D. I cannot give this show a D+ for the simple fact that New Day worked about 40% of Monday Night Raw, and I cannot take that away from their efforts away. And yes, you may say it's lackluster storytelling and all that, but I was impressed with the New Day and how long they wrestled. For like the first 40 minutes of the show to the end of the show, where we get to the end of the Gospels, where it's about another 30 minutes, and it seemed like a lot of their moves changed up. They never repeated themselves. They wrestled different styles. I'm giving way too much credit for the New Day, but I thought that was one of the most impressive Raw performances or wrestling TV's televised wrestling performances I've seen in a long time.
John,
they were working.
John, I believe he's saying the New Day were carrying a load of Raw. But the thing is, Maurice is great.
Omos.
Maurice is great. As soon as I saw it this morning, I was like,
my life.
I was like, watching Raw is going to be the biggest difficult thing I'm going to have to do today. Bear in mind, so I was like, I saw Maurice is great, and I actually wanted to do work today instead of watch Monday Night Raw. I was like, damn.
In fact,
I was going to play with these spreadsheets today. Yeah. VLOOKUP, index match, all this stuff. That's what I did today instead of watch Raw. I watched Raw at 5 o'clock today in an hour. Less than an hour, actually, because I watched it at times 4.
We normally have our pre-show meeting 30 minutes before we go live. Manny was still watching Raw, and I didn't get to enter this our group chat until like the 10 minutes before we went on the show or something like that. And he was like, "I'm still watching." I don't think it's personally that bad of a Raw. I thought it was an average run-of-the-mill Raw. Like, it's nothing special. Wasn't horrible. I'm not offended totally by anything too much. Maybe seeing Mace in the ring. But, it was, I think, just coming off the high of the All Out and again, AEW throwing everything in the kitchen sink at you and the crowd being crazy and you're just on this high and you're like, what's the... Oh, WWE has to fight back. They have to do something. Now we give you this limp ass dick Raw. We give you that. All Out was just too much for Raw. And maybe, and I'm not a WWE strategist, nor do I think they ever did this intentionally. But maybe this is the equivalent to a team running up the score, getting 20 points, and the coach going, "Time out, motherfuckers." Time out. We're giving you nothing. We're taking a break. We're killing all momentum. And we're going to make the story about us again, okay? By having a fucking desperate, shitty show. We're calling time out.
So Maurice said, the New Day were the MVPs of the night. No question. But the grade would have been much lower had not the New Day shined the way they did. It was a chore watching that last night outside of the New Day. And I believe, because of what Eric said, the grade Maurice gave it of a D+ was justified. Mace in booty shorts, Marcus. Mace in booty shorts. I believe Maurice should have went lower. As soon as he saw Mace in booty shorts, he should have went lower.
All right, let's continue talking about this Monday Night Raw. So most of it was turmoil.
Yeah. So the opening with the New Day and the Viking Raiders was great, but then it just went downhill from there.
I enjoyed the other matches. I enjoyed the same dynamic tag matches of people not getting along, but teaming together for inexplicit reasons. I enjoyed it, and I consider Mace and T-Bar a part of that. Why are they teaming together? Why? Mace only was gonna let you down, Dijakovic. But I enjoyed the turmoil. I'm gonna say I wasn't against it. That Miami crowd though gave 2 fucks about this. They were like, fuck this turmoil and all that. In fact, the only time I feel like that Miami crowd reacted was toward the end of the turmoil when the New Day were eliminated and it was Omos and AJ against Lashley and MVP, in which the crowd got on their feet just to watch 2 big meaty black men go at it. And I didn't realize it. You know how Omos, the Colossus, never seen. I mean, he's huge, and they bring up how huge he is. That motherfucker looked gigantic against Bobby Lashley.
He did.
Bobby Lashley
really
was like
did.
Adam Cole. And I was like, that's Bobby Lashley he's in the ring with.
So Mason T-Bar went Mason T-Bar, and which resulted in the New Day being given a break. I didn't actually care that they gave him a break, Eric, because I felt like you had to get through a lot more of Raw to get to the end. Because this would have been a terrible. This is essentially a shit sandwich.
You would have had nothing.
This episode of Raw was a shit sandwich because if we didn't have the end of the turmoil, I think it would have ended on
Charlotte Nia Jax.
No, Reggie and Tozawa. Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the Reggie situation again. I believe a grade should be knocked down for myself just because whenever I get a 24/7 sanctioned match, I'm already giving it a strike. Like, I hate it. I don't think it makes any sense. I like it as skits in the back rather than in the ring.
What didn't make sense was the fact that Drake Mavericks returned to Raw. Why?
Okay, so when he returned to Raw and he had that serious look on his face and he was looking at the 24/7 title, I felt like he had a plan. I feel like they had a plan with Drake Maverick and they filled him in a manager spot that they were going to give to Adam Cole. He looked serious and looked like he was above this shit. I know I enjoyed our true time. It's nice seeing you, Drake, but this is bad timing. I gotta get my baby back. And you in the way, dog. And I'm like, what was this? But he kept looking serious. Maybe there's a plan with him to do something more serious. Because he seemed more serious and above the shit. Although, I am offended that Akira Tozawa, who is someone I like in the ring, was quick work for Reginald. Quick work! Reginald, he swept him up. And
I still don't like that Reginald fights in capri pants. I just can't.
If you call that fighting, Manny. If you call what he does fighting. The next thing I want to talk about, Karrion Kross, John Morrison in the Moist TV.
Why? I looked at the segment. Do you know how fast I was watching this? I actually slowed it down to hear what he was saying, and then I was like, why did I do that?
Desolation and I will rip your face and all that. I'm like, whatever. Let's go to the match. Here we go. Kills him, and I'm like, I don't know what we're doing with Kross, guys.
Oh,
again, prayers continue for Karrion Kross.
I do have an allegedly for you.
Ooh.
We haven't had one of these in a while.
No,
allegedly, the helmet that Karrion Kross is wearing was supposed to be used for the Bludgeon Brothers. I believe it was just lying around and Vince saw it once again and was like, there you go.
Yeah. Why are we using this? Why the hell are we using this? We should. I told you. Like, I feel like when he realized he wasn't getting Adam Cole or Bryan Danielson back, under an emergency glass, he broke the helmet out. It's just a glass of emergency. In case of emergency, break the hammer out. Psh, I got the mask. Give it to Kross. I didn't want to have to use this shit. They forced my hand.
So we did have an incredible match between Drew McIntyre and Sheamus. I really enjoyed it.
Yep. Can't get a bad match between them. Can't get a bad match.
Drew just being a sore loser at the end.
Drew just losing. Well, he had the tights, Manny. He had the damn tights.
Again, I don't understand your beef with people is with the beef. I would let my ass hang out if you pulled the tights. I would kick out. I wouldn't be concerned.
It's not about that. It's not about your ass. It's not about your ass being out, man. If you get that extra leverage. It's like when they put the foot on the rope. You get extra leverage when you pull the tights. It's illegal. There's a reason it's illegal. All right? But I would have been. Would you have been okay if I'm just gonna say Earl Hebner, even though I know he's not refereeing anymore, came out there and reversed that decision?
No.
He clearly had the tights. He clearly had the tights. What do you think they're doing with Drew? Are they turning him, or what's going on with Drew now that he's on this epic losing streak?
I feel like you turned Drew. I feel it's time. He can use his more hateful Scottish accent. And then we can get at the end of story time with Drew.
Yeah. And the death of Angela the Sword.
Oh yeah, it is called Angela. So another contenders match. Tamina and Natty versus Nikki and Rhea, who are now going by super brutality. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. Why?
This is
And it definitely looked like they were playing off a love angle.
No, it's the same angle. I could clearly see Matt Riddle on one side and Randy Orton on the left. That's clearly the same person. It just looks like this is a knockoff promotion doing that's the RK Pro storyline. And the same company. Vince has lost his mind. Alright, this is the one. And know what annoys me? Knox and Shotzi have beaten Tamina and Natty twice in 2 or 3 contenders matches. Give them their shot. Don't you dare bump them for super brutality. Which sounds like the worst move in Mortal Kombat. It was a super brutality. Alright, Mortal Kombat, you jumped the shark. You jumped the shark, Mortal Kombat, with that one.
So Doudrop is challenging Eva Marie for a rematch. That's happening apparently next week.
I'm trying to defend the show. You keep bringing up other segments, Manny. Can we talk about the turmoil? Can we talk about Sheamus and Drew?
So what I'm getting at is Maurice was being generous with a D+. You're justifying. You are trying to make it go higher. Maurice
I was trying to give it a C. I was defending the New Day, and you know what? I'm going to tell you this right off the bat. And hot take, and I don't care what anybody say to me. Nia Jax and Charlotte was better than Britt Baker and Statlander. And you're gonna say, Marcus, you didn't see that one.
Yeah, you didn't see that one. But like the whole time you were like, oh, they're gonna continue this bullshit they had last week, it was like a fake version of what happened last week.
Yeah, but I still liked it. I still liked it. The problem I had with this match was the Shayna involvement, but I do like that Shayna might be moving away from Nia Jax, which is also positive.
Just break them up. It's been going on for eternity.
What has been going on longer? Nia and Shayna teaming together and breaking up, or MJF and Jericho? I feel like they started around the same time.
No,
and neither one of them was in the
MJF
storyline.
and Jericho has been going on for more than a year now.
Yeah, I feel like Shayna and Nia have been teaming up for a while. Since the pandemic. Maybe even before the start.
Possibly.
No, not before the start. Shayna was biting necks around then.
Jamal says Nia and Shayna are easy. Do you know I was very close to wearing that shirt again today. It's the best shirt ever.
Ooh, yeah.
Unless you're wearing one of our shirts at www.storefrontier.com/DSPN.
Yeah, storefrontier.com. Storefrontier.com. Yeah, wear the shirt. Yeah, I just wear the shirt.
How's your throat from making that voice?
I don't even use my throat. This is all tongue. Yeah, all tongue. Just use the tongue and go lick.
Is it? Yeah, keep talking. Do you know you don't sound like Macho Man. Do you know who you sound like?
Who?
Natty.
No. No.
So it looks like we're finally getting Charlotte versus Alexa Bliss as she appeared.
No. So this happened. And again, you know how I reacted Omos and Bobby Lashley seemed to get the biggest reaction of the night? I may be wrong here. No, this may have got the biggest reaction.
They love Alexa Bliss.
Bliss and Charlotte was like money for these people, and I went, okay, I'm wrong. I don't want this at all.
Which is why I book them as my thumbnail every Tuesday. It's either Charlotte or it's Alexa Bliss, and what do I say? Give me my 100 views.
Yeah. I believe this is the most casual audience they were in front of ever. This was a very casual audience, because as me being hyped for Sheamus and Drew and even the stuff in the turmoil, no, what tickled their fancies was watching Alexa Bliss challenge Charlotte at Extreme Rules, and I'm going like, I don't want this. Alexa Bliss is really not good in the ring. She's really not.
You see that man to the left, directly to the left of the part where it says all out?
Yes, the pervert is looking under her.
He's the type that used to have magazines when porn came in magazines, and then I would go like that.
Turn the head.
To see if he could get an extra view.
Motherfucker thought this was 3-dimensional. He thought his $3.99 was 4-dimensional. Oh my! What are you doing? What are you doing?
So
are you doing this in public? You're just in a liquor store doing this in front of people. You don't even care. You don't even care.
Once again, I need to buy to help Marcus not to be homeless.
As we only see, I'm behind a blank wall. I'm clearly outside in some shed, of somebody's shed, who's gonna be like, "Hey, what are you doing in here?" Ah, in the show. In the show.
So Eric did ask, "Are you looking forward to the final episode of NXT?" I mean, this iteration of NXT, I feel the new iteration of NXT is gonna be wild.
It's gonna be fire. All right. I'm gonna make a hot take, and this may be the end of me, and this should be the most depressing moment in all wrestling fans' history. I don't care who you are. New NXT on the 14th next week is gonna draw a higher rating than AEW.
No way.
It's gonna do it.
I mean,
it's going to do it.
I mean, intrigue is there, but it is not.
It is going to be AEW. It's going to be AEW that week, not this week. Not this week. AEW is going to kill it. Kill anything. But the week after, next Tuesday's NXT will draw higher because they're going to get the casual people going. What is this NXT thing they're going to advertise as if it's fucking new? They're going to get the hardcore fans who are ready to just pounce and shit all over this. And I think they're going to get people who want to see the damn wedding. And I think it's going to draw higher than AEW. And I want every wrestling fan to look at themselves in the mirror and be 100% in shame of themselves. Shame.
Your brother said you're wrong.
They're going to draw it. They're going to draw like a 1.1 or a 1.2. And AEW that week is going to draw like something similar. It's going to be damn close. And it's going to be a damn shame. And if I'm Tony Khan, I am just going to light money on fire and go like, I give up. This is bullshit. This is bullshit. They have fucking OJ Jones and fucking Duke Hudson out there, and I'm paying fucking Sting and CM Punk to have a one-on-one match or something.
I'm just saying, AEW doesn't look like it's not. AEW looks like it's going to be putting 1.4s regularly now.
It looks like that today, and they haven't did it yet, though, Manny. They still haven't did it yet. So don't start giving it to them. I believe they're going to do it. But NXT is going to do some bullshit with this stupid rebrand, and it's going to draw with the wedding, and it's going to be like, why is this drawing? And the old NXT, which I loved, and I hate that it's dying tonight, didn't draw at all. It's going to make me sick. It's going to make me sick, and it should make every wrestling fan sick, and we should all just go look in the mirror and go, shame on us. Shame on the casuals. Shame on everybody. Shame on Wale. Shame on Wale.
Why are you putting us on Wale?
He made the song that is stuck in my head. I actually listened to the song, and I was like, oh, this is a perfect song, and I see why WWE chose it, because most of that song is like putting down the haters of people who hated something from the past. I'm like, what is this song? So damn Eric, everybody. Damn Eric you all.
Eric Hazard says NXT ever cracked a million. I think he's done it like 3 times since.
I think some of your free takeovers, the Great American Bash, but I think it's because of Bayley and Sasha. All they gotta do is throw Bayley and Sasha on NXT and they get a million. For whatever reason.
Jamal said he's going to AEW's September show, 22nd of September.
Nice.
Eric said the bachelor party is going to be lit. I mean, the pictures they've released on Instagram look like your GTA characters are going into a mission on a...
But
so that was Raw. I think the D+ was justified.
Yeah, as we go over the show, you know.
I agree with Maurice.
I think I'm gonna agree with Maurice. However, I do want to note that Kofi, Xavier Woods, and the rest of the tag team turmoil was not a part of Raw. That was a different show. Raw by itself. You know, I'm going back to my C. C minus, maybe.
A C minus and a D plus is exactly the same thing.
Yeah, but one sounds better and it's more encouraging, all right? I'm not ruining a kid's future because of my own ego. Like, a kid, if I give a kid a D plus, I'm going to be a dick. But if I give him a C minus, you have somewhat of a future kid. You have potential. You can do something.
I mean, if All Out didn't happen, I would probably say, yeah, sure, it's a C minus or a C. But All Out did happen.
Can I tell you my biggest disappointment about All Out? I am happy Ruby Riott got to keep the Ruby Soho song, whatever. But fuck you, Tony Khan. Fuck you. I should have been listening to the Final Countdown. I don't know why I didn't get that song. I don't know why. And
What,
I read a report why.
You're not happy with Fight the
report
Valkyries mixed with Booker T's theme?
No. Only song that would have made me happy is Final Countdown playing. And you got the crowd scream Final Countdown. And I read the report why they didn't get it. Apparently this was too expensive for Tony Khan's books. I don't know what. I was pissed. I was like, you take Orange Cassidy's song, you take Wild Thing away from Mox, you give that man, you give the biggest star in your company fucking Final Countdown. And I mean that with CM Punk in there.
Cole personality doesn't come cheap even.
I know. I'm okay with CM Punk having Cole personality. But I'm taking Wild Thing for Mox. The biggest star in the company is Bryan Danielson. And CM Punk. And I think he should have had Final Countdown. Whether he really wanted it or not, I don't know. But it seems like Tony wanted it. And it's the one thing Tony couldn't get.
We haven't even mentioned Mox in this whole stuff of feeling
I mentioned
left
him a little
out.
bit. We told him he's fighting old Japanese men.
Yeah, that's what he's doing. He's fighting
Japanese,
old Japanese men.
I can see him going for a Shield reunion. He got a baby coming. Vince is going to throw that bag at him. Hey, Mox. How many Japanese men do you really got to fight before? You just take the bag. You can fight Roman. You and Roman and your new ways of fighting each other now. It's fresh now. After Roman's done with Brock, boom! Here you come. Here you come.
Jamal, I don't think Tarzan Boy cost that much. I really don't think it cost.
I think it's the same. It's the cost as much as Orange Cassidy's Pixie song. So I'm assuming it's I just don't know how you could get Final. I understand it's Final Countdown, but you should be able to get that. Spin the bag on that.
Eric's probably in bed, but he's telling you that you need to go to bed.
He does have a point. But you're not putting me to sleep, Eric. You're not putting me to sleep.
This was a really good weekend for wrestling fans, and then Raw happened. just to remind you.
Yeah. Just to remind
you, it's not always going to be as good.
Yeah. So we didn't even bring up that Jon Moxley is the GCW Heavyweight Champion, just as a side piece. Just went on his day off, decided to win the title. Although some Ultimo Dragon shit from Matt Cardona. Ooh, I thought he should have kept the title a little longer. I was liking his little run as champion.
I mean, he was taking actual piss. He made a spinner belt out of it.
Yeah, he was Durag Vince. He had his list of things to change about GCW.
He was the Macho King.
Yeah. When I saw there was like much little value to Matt Cardona, he was killing it as GCW's heel champion.
And this is all so he can lose it to Gage, right?
I don't know. I'm assuming he's gonna lose, right? But then again, I'm assuming Christian's gonna lose that Impact title to like Moose or something. But when are we gonna get? When are we gonna get people with the right titles? Okay, if you're a GCW, you're the GCW champion. If you're the Impact champion, you work for Impact. All right.
I'm just saying, the Forbidden Door needs to be shut.
It needs to be shut. Only after Okada comes and beat Kenny Omega. I'm just saying, Okada needs to come through that door.
I don't mind there being surprises on AEW and stuff with the Forbidden Door. You can't just do it all the time. You had 4 surprises on All Out. 4! One being a Forbidden Door, 3 being new signings.
You know what I like about
Watch how spoiled the AEW universe is going to become.
The show was okay.
I mean,
I didn't get
anyone from the forbidden door.
It was only Bray Wyatt. And through the forbidden door, it was only evil. I don't want evil. Okay. Tanahashi versus like what are you talking about? I would have just watched New Japan if I wouldn't see Omega and Okada again. Like, what are y'all talking about?
Do you know what the worst part is? There's someone out there that exists like that.
Yeah. Just
There has to be someone out there that exists like that.
Of all the Forbidden Door stuff, I'm more excited about the New Japan working stuff than anything else. Like, because I don't know what Okada's doing right now. I think he lost over the weekend. I need him out of Japan. He's too good. He's the best wrestler in the world. Stop having him lose over there. And Jay White needs to come over. New Japan seems like a sinking ship to me. I don't know why.
So that was the end of the show, people. If you have stuck around long enough, make sure you hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit subscribe and that notification bell to notify when we come on live all the time. It's always the same time, Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday at 7 p.m. GMT or 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. I hate these time zones. Why did I do that? It's the hardest thing to say.
Maurice is in Chicago. You better do a Central Time Zone. Come on.
I don't know the Central Time Zone.
Unbelievable. You don't just start rolling off times then. You don't just start rolling off times. You don't know the time zones. You have a Siri, for God's sakes, damn it. You have a Siri.
I mean, America makes it more difficult.
Oh, wait till you see
three
time zones.
You have 3 time zones in your country.
You damn right. I think in order to achieve world peace, the world needs to just agree on one time zone. We all just agree on the same time. I don't care if it's daytime over here, where we're all agreeing at the same time.
Because that makes sense.
It makes sense. I want to agree on the same time. That way, we never have to argue about time, and we personally eliminate military time as well, because no one does it. No one does it, and I hate it. And I hate.
No, it's just that certain people just don't understand. Some people just don't understand how to tell.
Yeah,
the time.
And I'm one of those, and I have to go. What is 23 hours? Fuck. And I can't even do the math of like, oh wait, midnight. Let's do the math. Oh, no.
Wow.
I don't want to do military time. I don't want to do it.
Levi said he wants to see Will Ospreay on US television. I just want him to call someone slag on television again. Shut up, Kevin Kelly, you slag.
You slag. Yeah, Will Ospreay. Give me Will Ospreay versus Walter for no real reason. I don't care. Don't care. Has nothing to do with a Forbidden Door. By the way, many people thought NXT died. UK died this week. No, you fools. Learn to read. Learn to read.
You know, before I moved to my job currently, I applied for a position at that NXT UK kind of office.
Yeah.
Didn't get it.
Good. You would have been out of a job. Just like Walter and Ben Carter. I'm just playing. They're all working. Just read. Read.
So we have mentioned something, and Jamal has said, "Here we go." Kevin Kelly sucks, Jamal.
He sucks. He's the worst. It goes him, Excalibur, and then Kevin Kelly again. Just because I hate him, I have to mention him twice. He kind of made me sick.
Mark Henry's on that list.
Mark Henry's terrible. Unless you feel like sweating on a microphone and hear somebody talk for an hour. Well, he's going to probably use his suplex and a roll-up to win this match.
Not only is Mark Henry bad, D'Lo Brown's bad.
I don't know. I need a good collection of commentaries. Just give me. Who's your all-star team? You have to do a 3-man booth, even though I don't like 3-man booth. I prefer 2-man. Who's your ultimate 3-man booth?
Booker T.
All time.
JBL. Michael Cole. You know why? Because it's funny watching Michael Cole try and control those two.
Well, I just want Booker T to do play-by-play. I don't want him to do color. I want him to do play-by-play. He go over the super because Booker T's color. Booker T makes no sense. He never makes sense. Never.
Oh, shucky ducky quack quack.
All right, we're gonna end the show, but leave your comments of your dream team commentary team of all time.
And we will read them out next week. So leave them in the comments below or email the sharpshooters@gmail.com.
I'm going to tell you this right now.
Jamal
Pat
says
McAfee
AEW Taz is bad.
Yeah.
Jericho
he's bad.
Josh Matthews is worse. I mean,
You're right. Josh Matthews is trash. Honestly, I didn't want to even bring this argument up. I would take Kevin Kelly over Josh Matthews. Josh Matthews is gonna suck a baby dick or something. I don't know. Just
his wife is just as bad when she.
Oh, she's bad too. And I remember the one NWA episode with Velvet Sky doing commentary. She's bad too. It's just horrible.
Levi, we're gonna have words after this. You are getting
no way.
You are getting 5,000 strikes.
Pat McAfee brings such good energy to the SmackDown. It's amazing. He elevates that show with just his random sayings and him and Michael Cole. He'll put Michael Cole in his place. Whenever Michael Cole makes a mistake, he's quick to point it out. And him standing, put on a table on 100% Red Bull.
I fully believe I would do shit like that to you if you were to make a mistake. I'd point out instantly.
By the way, my favorite Twitter comment is from Pat McAfee pointing to his face with Adam Cole going like that. I would leave too if you had to face me again. Which is great. It's just great.
Okay, so we do have some comments here, but if you haven't left a comment, leave them in the comments. Levi says, Jim Ross, Tony Schiavone, and Stevie Ray. That was a comment.
I don't think I need Stevie Ray in that booth.
Mike Tenay, Tony Schiavone, JBL. I don't know, Mike Tenay's so serious.
I feel like JBL will bully the shit out of Mike Tenay for no reason. I feel like that's what happened.
I used to love. Do you know what I used to love on TNA? When they would they'd zoom close into Tenay's face while he's in deep fall, like
one of these looks. I'm going. Hold on, Don West, Jim Ross.
What?
Don West, Mauro Ranallo, and Pat McAfee. It would be the loudest commentary table of all time. Just people yelling. Mauro's going, "Oh my God!" He's doing rap lyrics while McAfee is standing on the table.
You imagine that? I don't think
Don West is, "Oh my God!"
I don't think McAfee would let Mauro cut him off. I don't think he would.
No, I feel like it'd be insane. I think that would be the most hype fucking commentary table of all time. Like, even the crowd's looking at him. Like,
Would you not drug test that table? I would drug test that table every day.
Yeah, clearly somebody's addicted to cocaine and Red Bull at the same time. Like, I can imagine in the Thunderdome if all three of them are doing commentary and the rest is like, y'all need to shut the fuck up. Y'all are loud.
That thing is, I would love that. Just like imagine Bailey in the ring, and then when she used to have those switches, like, "Shut up, Michael Cole."
You know how many times? No, you shut up, Bailey. And Pat McAfee, you don't tell us to shut up. You shut up. And more now, Bailey is telling us to shut up like a can. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I don't know.
Jamal has also said Joey Styles was. No, I'm not accepting that. That's a good answer. That's not what we're looking for.
Yeah, Joey Styles by himself is just like normal. Honestly, Joey Styles held it down by himself better than anybody has ever held it down.
McAfee,
and I did like it the one night stand,
Chet
Joey
Lemon.
Styles and Mick. When did Chet Chatterfield? I would enjoy. What was John Cena's name? And what you call him?
Oh, I can't remember.
There was Chet Chatterfield
and John something in it, wasn't it?
I forgot from Southpaw. Oh man, those guys would have been great. All right, we gotta end this show.
Yeah, we do need to end the show. We'll see everyone here again on Thursday.
Thursday. Well, we will be counting down to Crouching Tiger hitting do-rags, our pay-per-view show.
It was Crouching Durag Hidden Shaman.
our next big pay-per-view show, which will be free on YouTube.
Peace.